A lot of people say that life as a man is really difficult. You're expected to provide and be strong and be charismatic and have all of these traits that are very difficult to acquire. So life is really hard if you're a man. But as a female, as a woman, you just get to sit back, relax, and men provide for you. And your life is easy. That's what people say online. But what if I were to tell you that if you play your cards right, I would argue that being a man is a hell of a lot easier than being a woman. And if life for you as a man right now doesn't feel easy or effortless and you're not getting the things that you want, then you're honestly just taking the wrong approach, and there's a few simple adjustments that you can make in your day-to-day life literally tomorrow that will solve this problem for you and give you this like pretty girl privilege as a man. So first, let's think about what it means to have pretty girl privilege. What's it like? The average day in the life of a Instagram baddie between the ages of 18 and 25. What's an average Tuesday look like? They wake up at 10:47 a.m., which is actually a relatively early time for them to be waking up. They roll over, they check their phone, and they have another NBA player in their DMs. They have another rapper in their DMs, and they're asking, oh, you want to get flown out to Miami? And hopefully the girl isn't the type of girl that would accept that request, but regardless, the requests are there, she's flattered. And then she puts on some clothes, hits her vape, and walks over to Starbucks to get some coffee. And she's maybe 20 feet from the door when she sees somebody, an older man in a suit, holding the door for her. Like, well beyond the reasonable amount of distance to hold a door. Like, you know, if somebody's right behind you, you hold the door for them. But 20 feet away, it's like, come on. But this guy's just sitting there patiently waiting. And she walks in and he goes, have an amazing day, beautiful. And she's like, thank you. And then she goes and she gets her coffee. The guy in front of her paid for it, so she doesn't have to pay for it. Life's just blissful. It's easy. She walks out, she goes back home, or on her way back home, you know, she gets catcalled 3 times, but they're not in an angry, mean way. You know, people are just like, wow, you're really pretty. And she's got enough self-respect, so she doesn't really entertain this, but she gives a smile, and again, she's flattered. So life for her is pretty easy, right? That sounds pretty cool. You know, you wake up and you got all these invitations to things and everybody loves you, and you get a bunch of free shit, which is pretty cool. And all you have to do is exist. That would be fucking sick. Now let's just imagine that that's how your life is as a man. You wake up and you have the Victoria's Secret supermodel in your DMs, and the Instagram baddie that you have a crush on liked 3 of your pictures. Maybe she followed you, but she's too prideful to slide in your DMs, but you know, at least she's shooting her shot a bit more subtly. And it's not just attention from women, but it's also, you know, in your day-to-day life, when you go to a restaurant, the male waiter is very friendly with you and they offer you something for free, and you go to the gym, everyone greets you with a lot of kindness and people remember your name, and you walk into the locker room and your gym bro is like, yo bro, I left you some TRT here, just take this needle and stick it up your ass and you're gonna get jacked. Like, you're getting free drugs, you got baddies in your DMs, everybody's nice to you, and you go to a restaurant, the waiter remembers your name, they give you free stuff. Life is fucking easy. It's like you're a rich man, but you're not rich. You see, this reality is attainable if you take the right approach. And it has nothing to do with the money in your bank account or how you look or any external factors that you can't access right now. All this comes down to is becoming the person that everyone else loves, which is actually really easy to do because most people just want to feel understood and they want to feel heard. So if you can be somebody who makes others comfortable expressing what's on their mind and saying what they really think, and you can kind of get them out of this bubble. You know, think about the last time you walked into a coffee shop and the barista is like, hey, what can I get for you? And you say, let me get a iced vanilla latte with 3 shots of espresso and extra cream and whatever the fuck your drink is. Anyway, you order, you get your drink, they say, thank you, have a nice day, and you leave. That's very robotic. They're in their employee bubble, in their employee mindset, and you're okay, I just want to get my coffee and leave. I don't want to have an interesting conversation. I don't want to interact with people. I'm just going to walk in and stay in my own head and stay where it's comfortable. and walk out. So instead, what if you walked in and you remembered the barista's name and you were like, oh, what's up, Chad? How the fuck you doing, brother? And Chad tells you about their recent hormonal therapy because, you know, they work at Starbucks, they probably have blue hair. Anyway, but then you ask if they've been busy that day and you're genuinely curious to get them talking about their life. And when you do that, people remember you. Again, people just want to feel heard. The worst feeling in the world is feeling like you're invisible. And if you can be the person that brings that spirit out of other people, then they just like you. They gravitate to you, they invite you to things, they give you free shit. Like if you can make people feel understood, your life will be objectively better and opportunities will just fall into your lap. So the way to become the guy that everyone loves and respects is first to respect yourself and stop taking life so seriously. You can crack a joke with somebody in the elevator. You can make small talk with people. You don't have to put all of this pressure on yourself and worry about saying the wrong thing and worry about how other people perceive you, because when you do that, then you just try to toe the line. You try to make sure that you don't step outside the box or you don't embarrass yourself, because it's a survival mechanism. If you get embarrassed, you get killed back in the day, but now if you get embarrassed, maybe you just end up as a meme online, or nobody even notices and nothing happens, and that's usually a lot more likely than ending up as a meme online. So once you realize that you have this spotlight effect and you think that everybody is thinking about you and watching you when you're out in public, but nobody actually is, because when you think about it, you're rarely looking at other people and thinking about other people when you're out in public. You're thinking about yourself, and most people probably think the same way that you do. So now you remove this pressure from yourself, and now you have the freedom to just act the way that you want to act. So it starts with these small kind of minute interactions. When you're passing somebody on the street, can you hold eye contact and give a smile or say hello? When you're in the elevator, can you make a little bit of small talk? Can you ask the waiter about how their night's going, and maybe you crack a joke and then they bring you free drinks and they make you look better in front of your date? It's all of these little things, the culmination of these things just make you more comfortable being around people and start to open doors for you. They start to build connections, and then maybe you take your girl on a date and you know the waiter and they bring you something for free, and maybe there's other people in the restaurant that you know because you talked to them in the elevator and they like you and they respect you, and then that makes you look really cool to your girl and you're like, damn, I am fucking him. My life is easy, everybody loves me, and I have pretty privilege as a normal looking man. Life as a man doesn't have to be hard. Again, you hear people say that. They're like, you have to work your ass off and you have to provide and all of this stuff. And yeah, it's true to an extent, but you know, it's only going to be difficult if you put the added mental stress on yourself of making it difficult. If you approach a workout and you know it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be challenging, but you're not anxious about it, you're not like dreading that workout, and you can find a way to enjoy the pain that goes with it and the struggle that comes with getting in reps and going through a tough workout, then you start to just enjoy it more. And your life, instead of feeling like the universe is conspiring against you and everything is so hard and girls don't like you and you're invisible and other men don't respect you, if you can just approach life in a way where you understand that the way that you think you are going to be perceived, you will be perceived. So if you think that everybody is going to be judging you, and you think that you're ugly, or you think that you need to be shy and timid because you just don't want to step on anybody's toes, then that's how you'll interact with reality. And then because of that perception, that will color your reality, and that will be your reality. And that's not how you want to live. That's most of self-improvement in general, is just auditing, okay, am I doing the things that will result in the life that I want? And if you're not living the life that you want, that is a conscious decision. You are consciously choosing to do that. If there's anything that you take away from this video, it's that. Understand that the way that you approach a situation is the way that you are going to be perceived in that situation. If you assume that everybody likes you, and you assume that people want to talk to you, and sure, maybe you'll piss somebody off every now and then. Maybe sometimes you will say something embarrassing. But if you can accept that, again, you're not gonna fucking die, and most people will forget in the next 17 seconds. It doesn't matter. Or you might end up as a viral meme. If that happens to you, I'm sorry and disregard everything I said here. But for most of you, that's not gonna happen. And if you can just take this approach to life that you're a bad bitch as a man, then you will become a bad bitch as a man. And maybe you won't have rappers and NBA players in your DMs, but you probably don't want rappers and NBA players in your DMs because that would be kind of fucking weird. But maybe you will have Victoria's Secret supermodels in your DMs, and life will be a hell of a lot easier for you. All right, love you, like, subscribe, go to the description if you want to get rich. Bye.